And my people take another step black. Take another step black. Don't give me that old slavery crap. I ain't having that. No thank you, Mr. Charlie, to eat that political party. And take another step black. Yeah, I don't think you hear me. Harry Tubman line, runaway slave express, black flag flying, saying nation in distress. Take another step, take another step black. Ow!
We came here to talk to you, tell y'all people just what to do. We had to pull together. The rain, snow, stormy weather. Hurry, hurry, let's all get down. If you wanna still be around, get down. We came here to talk to you, tell y'all people just what to do. We have got to pull together. The rain, snow, stormy weather. Another step black. Hurry, hurry, let's all get down. We want to still be around. We came here to talk to you, tell y'all people just what to do. Let me hear you say, hey,
Yeah. And
let me hear you say,
take another step black. And my people take another step black.
we have got to pull together. Rain, snow, storm,
Take another
weather.
step black.
Another step black. Hurry, hurry, let's get down. We wanna still be around. Take another step black.
Hey,
Tell y'all people,
take another step black.
yeah. We have got to pull together.
Take another step.
Rain, snow, stormy weather.
Take another step.
We have to pull together.
Take another step.
Rain, snow, stormy weather.
Hey, what up, Shabbat?
Hey, what's going on, man? You know,
Trump now representing Reed's family, demanding
connect with you here on it, man. But you know, but all the data.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we finally got on here together. I'm covering. Well, I'll play it back again. Trey Reed, a 21-year-old student found hanging from a tree in Mississippi, and we got boots on the ground with Crystal Muhammad, as a matter of fact, with the family down there, and of course they gave a lie and said at first that he was found in his, because they called the family and they say he was found in his dorm room, but that was a lie. He was found on a tree, but it was one of them trees that don't have no limbs that stretch out. It was like little trees that all the limbs go straight up, so it'd be like impossible to really hang yourself from it. But you heard about the case?
Okay, vaguely, yeah.
Okay, well, let me play the news clip so we catch you up to speed along with everybody else. Black Power, hold on. And good that you're here. As long as you're here before I play that, how's everything down there in Sin City in the sunshine?
Okay, well, out here, man, the temperatures are starting to drop. You know what I'm saying? And I got a whole bunch of rigor about.
When you say you're talking about like going from the fire to the frying pan, or the frying pan to the fire?
Oh, no, we're going from the fire to the frying pan, you know what I'm saying? So we got highs up here, man, like high 80s, low 90s, you know, as opposed to
that sounds good.
Yeah, as opposed to 116, 120.
So yeah, well, the 80s sounds wonderful down there in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. So I'm keeping antifreeze in my car, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta come down there for the wintertime, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But when it rains here, Dynamite, it does rain and it will flood here, because I don't think Vegas has an adequate amount of storm drains, although I do see like some of the water channels, man, you know what I'm saying? But as far as actual storm drains on the actual curbs, I don't see too many of them. So that's what causes the water, you know, to build up. You see what I mean? And then of course too, when you're driving down the street when it's raining, make sure you keep all your windows up, because fools will go past you, man, speeding just to splash water inside your car.
Okay, now I want to get too far off track. Let me get back on this. Trey Reed, a black student found hanging from a tree at Delta State University in Mississippi.
Wow.
University. Campus police say the body of 21-year-old Trey Reed, a black student, was discovered by staff members on Monday morning. Authorities quickly ruling out foul play, and during a press conference today, the university president insisting that race relations are not an issue at the university.
I can say that my heartbreak is comprehensive, not just for Trey, although it is primarily for Trey, but for the fact that the rest of the world has an impression of Delta State that is so at odds with what I know of the institution. This institution should not be associated with hate or hate crimes.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, now representing Reed's family, demanding more transparency. The family saying we cannot accept vague conclusions when so many questions remain. Let's bring in our Ike Ajachi. So, Ike, what are we learning from police today? And are they still continuing to rule out foul play?
Yeah, Kira, several different agencies surrounding this investigation are saying just that. The Delta State University police chief, he's come out and said that there is no indication of foul play surrounding this incident. He also said that there's no ongoing threat to staff or faculty. Now, if you also look at what the Bolivar County Coroner's Office is saying, it's also falling in line with that. They're saying through a preliminary examination that there are no injuries to 21-year-old Trey Reed's body that are consistent to a physical attack. So they said that there are no lacerations, no bruises, no broken bones, anything that would look like there was a physical attack to his body. Now, the coroner's office is saying that they are investigating this as a suicide, and they're also saying that the full autopsy is currently being done by the Mississippi State Crime Lab, and that'll be finished in about 24 to 48 hours, Kira.
So what is the family saying? Are they thinking it's a suicide?
Well, Kira, the family of Trey Reed right now, they are expressing deep frustration and they are demanding transparency surrounding this investigation. Right now, through their attorney, Vanessa Jones, they have announced that they are conducting their own independent autopsy and they're even conducting their own investigation around this. They are demanding answers, they're saying, that are shrouded in some kind of a cloud of secrecy. This is according to the attorney and the family. So what we're seeing right now is that they're claiming that there has been a lack of direct communication from law enforcement, from the university to the family on the day this incident was discovered. That is, of course, on September 15th, just 2 days ago. They're saying there has been no communication, and that's exactly what they're demanding. Take a listen.
Family does not know exactly what happened on September the 15th of 2025. We are seeking answers. The family of Trey Reed has not even received a phone call from the president of Delta State
You had to excuse the buzz in the line.
He told me
Wow.
that Trey Reed in his room, and he didn't say possible suicide. He said suicide.
Yeah.
Wow, this is bad.
Now, Kira, it is important to note that the university did respond, the university president, that is, by saying that the university contacted an individual for Trey Reed who is listed as the next of kin. And they said that happened on that day, Kira.
Yep. So that's to bring you up to date, on it there. So a lot of activity, like say even the new Black Panther Party under Crystal Muhammad got boots on the ground, covering the family down. As a matter of fact,
banned by the Brandon family because it might give U.S. citizens too much of an advantage.
Willie D, Willie D Live, had on Willie. I mean, she was on Willie D talking about it, and basically, I was trying to cover a little bit of that too. But yeah, let's let Willie D say something about that.
Vicious death of Trey Reed in Mississippi. Witnesses say Trey got into a fight with several white boys after stepping in to protect a black girl, and the next day, he was found dead under suspicious circumstances many believe do not add up. Police quickly ruled it a homicide. Quickly ruled it a suicide. But serious questions remain. The new Black Panther Party, led by National Chair Crystal Muhammad, has been investigating on the ground and says the evidence points in a very different direction. I brought Crystal Muhammad on the show to share what her team has uncovered, how the authorities have responded, and what this case means for the community going forward. Crystal, welcome to the show.
And before we get Sister Crystal Muhammad on there, see who else is coming on here. I don't see anybody on there. But you see what basically happened is they found him hanging, and the people down there immediately said that it was a suicide. Immediately, didn't know it. They just jumped to conclusion: suicide.
Yeah. Well, two words come to my mind on that: cover up.
Not even looking. And then they got which is what Sister Crystal was showing on this episode of Willie D that they had, and people can see that on Willie D Live, that they had cameras situated around the university that would show you the tree where he had got his demise,
Okay, question. Was his hands tied behind his back?
I don't know. We got to find more out.
Yeah. You got to find that, because if his hands was tied behind his back, okay, then that means, man, he didn't time himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, then also
Well, more
too,
details, of course. Uh-huh.
yeah, and then also too, you got to ask yourself this question: did he have any bruises or anything on
Well,
him?
it seemed like he had a broken leg or something.
A
It would
broke
appear.
leg.
Yeah, and you can't climb a tree and with a broken leg. That's
And
for
hang
sure.
himself. Okay,
If he
so
had a
what?
broken leg, now that's just something that was said on this broadcast, so I just got to double check everything. What I'm saying. Plus, they're going to
Right.
get a coroner's report. Uh, anyway, let's see. But we can't jump to no conclusions either. But there was
Right.
another guy, a homeless guy that was found hanging
Mm-hmm.
also the
Mm-hmm.
same day, not too far in Mississippi. You know, yeah,
Okay.
seemed to be an ongoing trend. You
Well,
know,
well, brother, it's been an ongoing trend down here in Mississippi, man, lynching black folks way back to the slavery days, that and Alabama. You know?
Brother Joe seems to think there's a little more to the story than we know, so we'll just keep on waiting on more details to come in as they do. We'll just keep
Okay.
on comforting the family, yeah, and at least the people know that they can be reassured that we will hit boots on the ground when needed.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it would appear we might be needed, so that's what's happening.
Yeah. And
Uh,
then on top of it too, then you got to look at all these black sellout politicians down
mhm.
there who's going to support this quote unquote suicide thing. So that's a given. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to have these white liberals who's going to say, oh, it's not about race and all of that. You see, and I'm starting to have low patience with that nonsense, as you witnessed over the years when I was doing Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. I mean, man, when, okay, if white America is truly, quote unquote, sorry for what they did, the reparations situation would not be an issue. They will not have clowns like Charlie Kirk up there speaking, who don't know nothing
Oh
because
well, I'll keep. I'm just keep our opinions of him because we just broadcast this. I mean, but that's your opinion. You have the right to your opinion. I pretty much got enough. I got enough of talking about him, and plus he caused too much controversy, and I
okay,
don't
all
need
right,
it
moving
over
right
here.
along.
So
Okay,
he's we talking about Trey Reed,
right,
definitely
okay,
not him. But hold on one second. Let's see.
Because those out there like Sonny Austin and among
Speaking of
others
Charlie
within the
Kirk.
media and within Hollywood, as for De Niro, after he politicized the whole Charlie Kirk situation and went on a couple of Trump rants there, it really is beginning to backfire on him after he was facing major backlash.
See?
Now, we know one thing about Robert De Niro. I'm sure that you all saw what he did in the open crowd right before the 2024 election when he was literally cursing at the public on camera and really just saying downright nasty things to people on live television. And I think that was the very moment where he hit rock bottom. That is the very moment where his career was ultimately finished. Robert De Niro turning the Charlie situation into a full-fledged Trump rant just a couple of days ago and blaming Trump's policies on the situation. However, one major development going on now involves more to do with the fallout that De Niro is dealing with, as he was recently fired by a well-known studio as a result of politicizing the death of Charlie Kirk.
What happens when a Hollywood legend crosses the line and ends up paying the ultimate career price? For decades, actors have balanced fame with controversy. But in today's world, one wrong move can send everything spiraling. We've
See what I'm saying? That's why I'm leaving that subject alone.
oh,
Plus,
absolutely.
maybe I'm thinking that I always think like the positive, which is they never reached out an olive branch to us on any of our tragedies. So in
Right.
turn, we don't either. But this person just happened to be, saying some derogatory remarks. But
Hmm.
anyway, there's still people, that's grieving or it could be a flim flam where they done pulled the wool over our eyes and did the Mission Impossible thing to us too
Right.
many for us not to think
Right.
that the Illuminati don't do a disappearing act with that what you call it, like Tupac would call himself what do he call himself, damn, I
A
can't think.
Renaissance man.
Nah,
Oh,
the
oh, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. He made a song about it.
no, he called himself the it, Machiavelli.
Yeah.
Story Mac.
Well, Machiavelli was over there in Europe and he faked his own death. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
And they're even saying that Elvis Presley might have done that there himself.
yeah. And
They
they even
say,
this guy looked like it could have been one of them,
yeah,
with the different ring and all that, from
right,
but they left too many crumbs. They want the people to figure out something that ain't figurable when it's
right,
a high level assassination from
yeah,
behind instead
yeah.
of from way up in the seats from wherever they said it was from, but it wasn't from up there. It was from like close by.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. They
Had a
say,
power rifle, it would have went straight through.
yeah, they
But they
say,
lodged in, and they took that camera down that was behind them too. See, that was another thing.
mm-hmm,
With a crime scene,
mm-hmm,
taking
mm-hmm.
the camera down, and what else they take down? Oh, standing on the chair, standing
Yeah,
on the chair. And Sister Quet, hold on. We'll have you in here in a moment.
mm-hmm,
Uh, let me play this other clip first. Then I'll bring Sister Quet on.
mm-hmm.
Let's see. But yeah, too many crumbs that down that rabbit hole. It just like seemed like goodness gracious. Uh,
Yeah,
oh, the thing behind them, a lot of people like they trying to act like it was a hologram, like he was a hologram. But I don't
yeah.
think. I think that's what they used to shoot him with. They used that to shoot him.
A
Remote.
hologram?
No, the camera that was behind them. As soon as he got shot, they went and took it down. But that's the
Okay.
camera that they shot him with. They shot him with that thing,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know they got cameras that they can shoot that damn bullet out.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
say,
and they know what they doing.
yeah,
I mean,
sounding like some of that James Bond type of stuff. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And then,
uh huh.
and
So
then keep in mind, I don't put nothing past them. You know what I'm saying? I do not put nothing past these rascals, and I do mean nothing. You know what I'm saying?
wait a minute, hold on. Who's this? Uh, hold on. Hey brother, I'm on the air right now, but you can feel free to come on the air with us right now if you want to. Okay, we'll do. All right, Black Power. I'm getting a buzz in the line. Do you hear that?
Okay, now that there was me, man. I'm destroying classified documents, man.
Oh, don't do it unless you're on mute. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me play this real quick. Yeah, you might as well mute for a second. Let me play this. Yeah.
7 layers and still freezing your man.
Not that. De Niro. This is my boxing match. De Niro versus what's his name? Trump. Trump De Niro boxing match.
Al Capone.
We have you, Mr. Capone. We have you, Mr. Capone.
Shot you weren't here.
My friend was killed today.
I don't care.
Hey, now he does. Come on, Capone, you want to fight? You want to fight you and me right here? That's it, come on. Somebody, you afraid to come out from behind your man? You afraid to stand up for yourself? You want to do it now? You want to do it now? Come on, you son of a bitch. What?
Easy.
You talk to me. You and your family. You fuck, you got nothing. You hear? Because you got nothing. You got nothing in court. You don't got the bookkeeper. You got nothing. Nothing. If you were a man, you would have done it now. You don't got a thing. You punk.
I hear buzzing in the line. I don't know, is that on somebody's end or mine? Well, what's happening, Sister Quet? Blood, welcome to Black Open Line TV. What's today? It ain't even my day, is it?
Greetings, Black Power.
Greetings. Wait a minute, is today my day? It is my day. Wow, Thursday. Yep, it's Thursday edition of the Black Revolutionary Hotline. And we starting early instead of starting at 7. That's why people got to follow and subscribe, because you never know what time we might be coming on. Even though we were scheduled to come on at 8, but I did change that to 7. But today, we didn't even know it was Thursday, but I'll tell you what. Now, it's the Black Revolutionary Hotline, officially. So how's everything out there in the sunny side of the world, sister?
All right, so what I've been doing some research on is the area called Treasure Island out here. So Treasure Island was originally a military base, right? But something that they don't tell everyone about is about the chemicals and stuff that affected Treasure Island. Over there now, there's still abandoned properties and stuff at Treasure Island, but the problem is they are sending people to Treasure Island. They call it a transition. And they go to Treasure Island and they're being housed. And the people that are being housed on Treasure Island and they know that they have these chemicals and stuff over there are Black men. Go check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. It got what you mean, like poisoning them or giving them stuff that they can take out to the public with?
I think exactly that's part of it. Okay, so they're saying, because this is the thing, the men that are coming over there, they are supposed to be being constructed because they were formerly incarcerated, or they were in a program, a rehab program, so they're making their way back to life, and so they're housing them over there at Treasure Island. So, and the thing that gets me, they take them over there, but they never gave them 1 ounce of the history about Treasure Island and what's going on there now with the chemicals and everything that is still present in Treasure Island. And not only do they have Black men over there too, they're also sending veterans over there as well that doesn't have a place to go. Okay.
Now, you know about the young man that was lynched, or he was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi State University, Delta State University, I think, DSU. Anyway, I'm going to play it again for you. But before I play that, let's play this. Hold up.
Republican Donald Trump has won the 2024 presidential election, becoming the first convicted felon elected to the nation's highest office. He is also the first former president since Grover Cleveland to return to the White House after being voted out of the job. The 78-year-old is the oldest person in U.S. history to be elected president, and his victory caps one of the longest general election campaigns ever, which included 2 assassination attempts. Here's what Trump has said he would do in his second term.
On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
A central campaign promise was deporting millions of migrants, which would likely trigger legal challenges. He has said he will employ the National Guard and, if necessary, federal troops as part of the effort.
If I run this country, if I'm going to be president of this country, I'm going to put a 100, 200, 2,000% tariff.
Trump has floated the idea of tariffs on all goods imported into the U.S., targeting China in particular. Critics say that would lead to higher prices for American consumers and global economic instability.
No tax on tips.
Trump has promised a blizzard of tax proposals and said he wants to extend the Trump tax cuts that he signed in 2017. But several prominent budget forecasters have estimated Trump's tax cut plans would add as much as $6.6 trillion to federal deficits over a decade.
Before we talk about that, let's just put it like this.
And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to
Yep.
So you got Michael Buffer back there announcing that, huh?
Yeah. Wait a minute, brother here. Let's try him. Because I didn't know his brother do the same thing. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Michael Buffer has a brother.
We are going to witness the most anticipated match in the history of professional wrestling for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Let's put Trump up on there in his boxing gear. Robert de Niro.
Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble. That's what I'm saying. Well, actually, let's get ready for Armageddon. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Because
what's happening is that this dude here, man, basically, when you have
on hand,
when you give an individual absolute power, it corrupts absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude Trump, he don't even believe in the oath that he took. You see?
Yeah.
You see? And then he's got his cronies in the Congress to support whatever nonsense that he comes up with. So the deck is stacked. You see?
What do you think about your commander-in-chief, Sister Quet? I mean, commander-in-thief. My bad.
I mean, my thing is that, Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck with a very clean shot. What happened to Donald Trump? I'm not talking about that performance he put together, but I guess he does have some clout to the point that he ain't got shot in the neck yet.
Dude, he supposedly got shot in the daggone in the ear.
That was his publicity stunt. That wasn't real.
It was too. I don't know. I think I think this Kirk thing was publicity stunt too. But I don't want to give them no more airtime because they got too much head time in other people's head space already. So I don't let them get no airtime over here. I'm pretty much covering Trey Reed, the young brother who was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi at the university. You heard about that, Sister Quet?
Of course. I was listening to Crystal Muhammad because, you know, she's doing her investigation. And one of the things that I found interesting that she brought up was that the area where he got hung at across the street was a school, she was saying, and going on right now, the parents and stuff was all upset about Black children going to their school, and we are in what, 2025?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, here I was covering that too.
Thank you for having me.
It's Crystal Muhammad.
Yeah. What evidence do you have that challenges the police ruling of suicide and Trey's death?
Well, there's a lot of evidence. In particular, let me go ahead and just lay it on the line what we are dealing with here in this Trey Reed case. Delta State University and the city of Cleveland, in particular, they just integrated their schools, their public schools. Their city is very much segregated. There's a Black side and white side. They were forced in 2017, hear me, integrate the schools.
I keep getting buzzing in the line every time I play something important.
The ones that could afford took their children out and put them in the private school, and the other parents started boycotting. This is in 2017. Now, why is this relevant? The high school is parallel across the street from the Delta State University. You know how Texas Southern University is set up? Mm-hmm. Across the street is the CUNY homes.
Yeah.
And Jack Yates High School.
Yeah.
That's exactly how this environment is set up at Delta State University.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, the first thing we encountered when we got on campus, the campus is segregated. They have a Black side and a white side. The white side is where they found Trey's body leaning up against the tree. His body, which separates their pickleball court, separates the white side from the Black side. It's like a pick.
And y'all hear that? The body was found on the white side. Ain't that something? And they was segregated down there. So if it was found on the white side, that should tell you that sound like foul play to me right there as well. But let me keep her going.
Ball court, a tennis. They say pickleball, a tennis court. And then there's the cafeteria. I guess there's around where everybody eats. And on the other side was the basketball court. It's the Black side, like one little corner of the school. And everybody understands this. This is the protocol. This is the culture. This is the way it's been. Okay. Now, as it relates to this poor young man, who was, as we know, next, I'm gonna lay some facts out. This is not history. The police, the sheriff's department, they went to this young man's grandparents' house, because that's the address that was listed on his registry, at 9 a.m., 9:15 a.m., the morning that he was found. And they told his grandparents that he and they found the dorm room.
Yep, they lied.
That's the sheriff department, the police department. Now, how do you go from the
all misinformation
to him being out of the street? Unfortunately, they messed up big time. And this is at 9:15 a.m. Remember the news article, they're saying that the white police ran and saw him, was running, and saw him hanging from the tree. Okay, at 7 a.m. That's not true. Come to find out, it was cafeteria workers and other students, you know, that saw this man, this young baby on the tree at about 5 a.m. People were around taking pictures, all kinds of stuff. Students know, other people know what happened, but they've been intimidated. Each one of them that are very close to what's going have been threatened. The very racially charged situation that's caused the cover up. If there are those people who go try to act like, oh, it's not like this or it's not like that, you watch. They lie to their teeth. I don't care if they're a politician or somebody in the suit. We have to watch those that are involved in this cover up of this young man.
Why do you think that the police were so quick to call this a suicide rather than treating it as a suspicious murder death from the start? Especially when you consider the fact that he got into a fight with three boys, not three, but I don't know what that number was, but he got into a fight with some boys the day before he was killed.
And guess what, y'all? Y'all know what the fight was over? You do know what the fight was over. This damn Charlie Kirk situation.
Okay.
Every time black folks mention his name, we got problems. That's why they ain't get no airtime over here. Ain't get no more brain time over here. Plus, I already put everybody up on game about the First Amendment right to say, well, you know, especially for the media, even Jimmy Kimmel. They tried Jimmy Kimmel. Tried to shut him down.
He came back on TV the other night, and then too, what they do with Jimmy Kimmel to find out is okay. To find out with Jimmy Kimmel, when he comes on late night television, that show, every show that he does that they show on late night was recorded earlier in the day up there off of HB and what is that?
Yeah,
Cross Street,
Highland. They tried to intimidate him, the president, and everything over a Charlie Kirk statement. And I'm like this: if I'm rooting for the Red Sox, and you rooting for the Bengals, if the Bengals lose, don't tell me all of a sudden now y'all got to root for the Bengals because the Bengals lost. Nah,
right.
Or that's even Charleston White. He says the derogatory stuff too, but he only said to black folks. And as long as he said to black folks, he had no problem. As soon as he said to white folks, all of a sudden he gets shut down. His accounts and what do you call it? Some of his shows, but black folks kept him rocking anyway. He say the Jews kept him rocking, you know, regardless of what they think.
Well, see, what's happening is that we don't have no control over any type of media.
Yeah, but he say derogatory no matter who it is. Always say something derogatory, so you should expect for him to say something derogatory. And he's known for saying F people's family, dead babies, and all kind of crazy.
Okay, lightning. Listen to me, lightning. Listen to me when I tell you this, man. Out there in Los Angeles, man, is that they own puppet strings. See, they own puppet strings, man. Just like with Jimmy Kimmel. See, this is why, man, they tape those shows in the afternoon before they show them at night, right? Because what they're going to do is that after they finish the episode, then they're going to take out all the undesirable stuff. Then they're going to take out all the stuff that the elements.
But Jimmy Kimmel go live. A lot of people go live nowadays because we done made it so popular to go live. They done just forgot they regular format and started following us because we done made it to go live now. So I'm serious. Black folks have made it so be like, man, we don't even need y'all to go live. Go live for what? We ain't watching y'all. I didn't even said anything until the media is talking about, oh, Trump's got a problem with what he said. You can be going back, well, what did he say? You know?
And then also, too, they got something going on here because the dump He's up here on mainstream media now. He just signed some executive orders in regard to TikTok, and I got to get the feedback on them. But what happens is, man, when you go on Hollywood Boulevard, right, anytime during the day, usually after 12 o'clock, Sister Arquette still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay, anytime that you go down Hollywood Boulevard, right? Jimmy Kimmel, man, his show is set up directly across the street from the Grauman's Chinese Theater. Okay, and that there sits on the corner of Hollywood Boulevard and Highland Avenue. It's right next to the Max Factor place for the cosmetics, because Max Factor used to be a makeup artist in the 1950s. But what it is you could best believe that they doing this stuff, man, with algorithms giving it the okay. Now, as you know, a couple of days ago, they reported is that there's somebody about 100 million people's chips on their cell phones got hacked. You're aware of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And they all clammed up about it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You see, so that would be very, very interesting of how that would be. So if they come up with some congressional investigation, it ain't nothing to find out who the culprit is. It's to do damage control to protect the culprits.
Yeah. 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 Hey,
you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
We can't get too deep without a little jamming. You gotta put a little jamming on it. Hold on, blow speakers up.
I just want to tell you that there is a black station, black media, and it's called News Trotter. And I put it in there, newstrotter.com. Check it out.
News Trotter? How do you spell it?
Hold on. Y'all hear the music playing? I ain't trying to compete with the music. Gonna jam out for a minute. Bust some speakers up. I got the big brother boss trying to get a drink about it. She like me, I talk. She from the country, think she like me because I'm from New York. I ain't the nigga trying to holler because I was from here. I'm the nigga trying to holler because I was from red. I was for the bug, mama, I know what you need. You need for the bug. I'm in the at the same time, you make it look. So come give me a hug. I ain't get you up. You find me in the club. I was for the bug, mama, I know what you need. You need for the bug. I'm in the at the same time, you make it look. So come give me a hug. I ain't get you up.
Niggas plotting to get me. Well, I survive what I got. Come on, let's picture the possibilities. Niggas got me tossing shit. I put the top down, got it from the floor, my shit. Keep your head up, nigga. Make these motherfuckers and let this tell
Y'all know I don't usually do other people's music, but this is the super remix right here. I think they'll let it go. They'll think they'll let it flow. And if they don't, I think I hit the dump. You know. Hold on. We gonna party like it's your birthday. Hold on, it'll be off in a minute. It's your birthday, and you know we don't give up. It's your birthday. You're probably in the club. I was full of bug, mama, I know what you need. You need to feel the bug. I'm in the street, like you make it good. So give me a little bit, I like it good. You're probably in the club. I was full of bug, mama, I know what you need. You need to feel the bug. I'm in the street, like you make it good. So give me a little. I can get away with that one because it's a party remix. And also we can do the revenue sharing. That's okay too. But in the meantime, like you were saying, Shabaka, they usually see that's something that I like doing too, which is to pre-record. That way, if people cuss or something like that, I go back and I just take it out, which is a lot of work on me. And I'm from now on, when people cuss on here, I want them to hit my Cash App for $5. You know, because it's a lot of work. I gotta stay up late trying to go back. I'm like, man, where did they say that? They'd be like, man, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, well, I don't.
I
Well,
gotta go, you guys. I gotta go back to work. All right. Thanks for inviting me. All right. Black Power. Peace.
Black Power, thank you for coming on. Black Powerful.
okay, but also too, you got to be careful with Cash App because I had a Cash App account and I got rid of it is because a lot of them was getting. I had a lot of hackers coming up there, man, telling me a bunch of garbage about that. Click this link and Cash App them. Somebody talking about they got $5 million in the bank and they need it.
Money in order to get money, and whenever somebody do that, then you know they shady. They come from the shady town.
Oh yeah. So what I did with the Cash App, man, I just tore it down altogether. But we need donations over here. Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced.
I see what.
Because
Right here, Black Ophenham Lion TV. Now we're gonna get back to you. We got to get Black Ophenham Lion TV finances up in here so we can stay on StreamYard. But this StreamYard is messing me up because it keeps going to private mode, and then I have to go back to it and reset it to public. And sometimes I go to fun mode, which ain't no good, but yeah. So I'm going to show you how to do it next Tuesday. We'll be on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. I'm gonna make sure you get in there because you don't have to pay to get in the studio. You just have to pay to have the little pictures on the side and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and then they got a monthly subscription that I was paying that I could no longer afford. You see what I'm saying?
An outro. I mean, that's what it gives you, intro and outro. Just
right.
Buttons. That's why I'm asking the people to hit the Cash App so we can get the equipment that I need to do that with, which is the switching equipment.
Right, and then on top of it too, I was doing some other research, and my computer device got hit with a virus. So what I have to do is I have to go up there and have it scanned. You know what I mean?
Careful what you're on. You can't be clicking on stuff. You know. And then another thing that it gives you is access to your videos and your backdrops, but it want to just go straight to business. We can go straight to business. On backdrop, I need is the background of my wall. That's all.
That's St. Louis right there. That's the Archway right there in the Mississippi River.
Yeah. No. But we might lose stuff like this.
Real spirit party, you cannot get in. Mo's out the drink. And Jesus out the gym. I swear to God, mom.
Hey, what's up, Unc?
You gotta get 607 Unc back up in here for round two. And so that's what's happening. Like I say, the with the lynchings here and there.
Right.
I mean, because there was another lynching as well. A man got lynched in that same area. On the same day, found on the same day. You know.
Okay, so then that goes to show, man, they need some type of, how should we say, protection for our people there. And then, not getting off topic, this here just came across my desk. Okay, Donald Duck is up here on mainstream media saying we have great relationships with countries. Great relationships with countries. Okay, so I don't know what to say about that. Is because I'm not gonna. It's on mainstream media, but I'm not advertising for no mainstream media. is that the listeners, they can figure it out what to go check, and it'll probably be up there all day today. You say, so what it is as I've stated and will continue to advocate that we've got to become self-sufficient on our own everything, man. Say, because we can't trust these other groups, we can't trust these TikTokers, you know what I'm saying? Because I recently added a TikTok account. I'm getting ready to cancel it because the only thing that I was doing up there was just arguing with people who are younger than me. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And I just lived through what I'm talking about. So, they can go up there and learn the lesson the hard way, man. I can't do it no more.
Don't worry, it's all good. But you was on it, so you got the show on TikTok, or you mean just coming on TikTok?
No, just coming in TikTok, under my name, you know what I mean?
That's
and
why
so
Trump has faced critics. That way, stick to our own thing. Hey, check. Let me. I still got De Niro and Trump in a box match here.
Because I do remember where De Niro was saying F Donald Trump the first time he was president. So what's happening, so what's happening is with De Niro, the way I hear it is he is either moving or has moved out of the United States, but he's a multi-millionaire anyway, so he can afford it. You see what I'm saying?
And them fires, them Hollywood fires.
Yeah, well, the Hollywood fires is very, very interesting that they're going to have those fires there in the Pacific Palisades, Topanga Canyon, what have you, out there near the Pacific Ocean in the middle of the winter. They say, because they're saying that the air was very, very dry out there, which is kind of unusual for the winter. Now, keep in mind, coming from Los Angeles, I do recall very rarely that you would have some warm summers, right? I'm sorry, warm winter. Now I do remember distinctively in 1994 when they had the last major earthquake out there that I've lived through.
But
Okay,
you say Robert De Niro now. You say he moved out of the country probably because statements like this. Wait a minute, hold on.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con. Both artists, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country.
Trump has faced critics before, but when Robert De Niro takes aim, it doesn't feel like a roast. It feels like an artistic demolition. De Niro doesn't need cheap theatrics or exaggerated antics. His delivery is carved with precision, the way a master craftsman chips away until only the truth remains. The hook isn't anger.
Yeah, De Niro be lying in, be going in.
He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous.
The roast then moves to Trump's obsession with.
Yeah. Oh, well, Trump be firing back too, though.
Endless loop of supports and empty adjectives. Everything is the biggest, the best, the most tremendous. Words repeated so often, they lose all meaning. De Niro doesn't need a dictionary to mock it. He just points out how a man with access to power spoke with the limited arsenal of a salesman at a used car lot. The exaggerations don't project strength, they project desperation.
I don't know if I can play that because I played part of that. Part of the MSNBC clip. I don't think that's theirs.
Meant sparking chaos.
Okay, well, do your copyright disclaimer. You're using it under the Copyright Act of 1976 for fair use.
Yeah, I had that up there yesterday, and they seemed to take it down anyway. But let me put it up.
But still say it, man. In the event they do take it down, so say it anyway, Lightning. So therefore, it's recorded. You see,
I put it up there this time.
Put a strategy.
But yesterday I played the whole video, and this time it's just little bits and pieces, and want to stay focused on what's happening. Like, don't want to forget about the black girl that was killed in Maryland. You know,
Okay, what's up with that?
and you know, you remember.
Oh, wait a minute. You talking about our girl a few years ago?
No, just recently.
Oh man, another one. Okay.
Let's see. Well, she had went there, got in the car with the person. They was an illegal alien too.
That she met on a dating site.
I don't know. Did she meet him on dating site? The young black girl in PG County in Maryland, Bowie, Maryland.
And they found her dead, right?
Yeah, in the house. Well, now I don't know if it was in the house, but they connected the illegal alien to it.
Okay. Yeah. So that's somebody she met on a dating app that she went out there and saw. You see what I mean? If I recall, yeah, because I think we covered that story there on Shabaka's Black Experienced Enhanced. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I covered it just recently, but I was kind of like go back to it.
Yeah, and I think this story is about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm trying to go back to it if I can find it. I got so many. Stuff that's been just happening in a fast forward mode. Hey, welcome, brother Black Joe. Welcome to the line. We just covering it all here. How you doing tonight, my man? How you would try, brother? Test the mic. Test the water. It's all right. We just in here. I got your song on the remix from last time. Let's see.
And first responders, gentlemen, can you tell me what brought you here tonight, and what is the feel
Trey Reed
community right now?
Kate.
I want to honor the folks that protect us. They have a tough job, and it's just hard to fathom how the families are feeling right now.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the 3 police officers that got killed.
Like the husbands, your wives, your
3 out of 5. 5 police got shot up there in the boonies, up there in York, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I think they kicked dude off the planet who did that, man.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, he man, see, that's what happens up there in them little rural places where they ain't got nothing but assault rifles and farmland.
Sounds more like the plot.
You know? Yeah. So yeah,
exactly. You see, because that Second Amendment was not designed for black people at all. You see what I'm saying? And we proved
was made for us.
No, sir, it wasn't. It was made for white slave owners, okay, to defend themselves against the uprising of slaves. There was a sister, I forgot her name, who did the breakdown on it, man. It was about a 40-minute clip, and she went on and cited the legislators in the U.S. Congress that passed that. I think that there was one of the first 10 amendments, so that there would be in the 1700s.
It's like abolish unless you break the law.
Yeah, but you see,
become a slave state.
Okay, but keep in mind, they always wanted to keep black men unarmed, man, from the slave ports, man, all the way up to now. You see?
Yeah.
And would prove that, was the Gun Control Act of 1968, called the Mulford Act, in California, that was signed into law by your 40th president when he was the governor of California, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Well, this is an early edition of the Black Revolutionary Hotline. Welcome, brother Black Joe. If you want to jump on in anytime, I'm gonna play that clip about the police officers that got shot. They were ambushed or whatever. I think they were serving a warrant, but we're gonna find out from them. Here we go. All right.
Breaking news. Sources telling NBC News that 5 police officers have been shot in central PA. 3 people familiar with the matter tell us 3 of those officers are in serious condition, 1 critical, another hurt. The governor on his way to the scene as we speak, with schools in the area on lockdown. I want to get right to our Tom Winter, who's tracking this for us. Tom, what do we know and when do we expect to hear more?
Yeah, Hallie, good evening. Unfortunately, the news not good coming out of York County, Pennsylvania, about 2.5 hours northwest from where you are in Washington, D.C., in the southeast corner of the state. The Northern York Regional Police Department apparently involved in serving a warrant there. We don't know the nature of the warrant. What we have been told is that 4 officers from that police department were shot. 3 are in grave condition. 1 is in critical condition, expected to survive. On top of that, a York sheriff deputy was also injured in the course of this event, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. And that's including the reporting of our colleagues, Jonathan Dienst and Deanna Durante from our NBC station in Philadelphia. As I mentioned, police were serving a warrant when they were fired upon. The alleged suspect is believed to be deceased at this hour, Hallie, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. What the warrant was for, the circumstances of this, how this all happened, still a little bit up in the air. You're looking at a medevac in that part of Pennsylvania, given the fact it's quite rural. As you can see, it's the evolution.
So yeah, it's getting crazy out there, and it's time to get prepared, right, brother Joe? Like I've been telling them all this time, get prepared, stay strapped, don't get clapped. But water filtration. What else we need? Oh, lights. You got to keep the lights on. So I use solar lights all over the place.
Okay, yeah, you can get your solar lights. We'll charge up your batteries while the solar lights is on, and it will charge up your batteries that you get used in the nighttime hours. You see what I mean?
You can charge your phones up with them and stuff like that. But
all that. And that will be real. That now to use those solar batteries will be real good to work out here in the West.
But I got lights that turn on everywhere, all by themselves. Soon as the lights go down, soon as it get dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, little spotlight.
Okay, you got them on timers.
No, as soon as the lights go down, the solar lights come on. They absorb that sunlight for energy all day, and soon as the lights go down, boom, they coming on. The lights coming. Yep, you can get big.
That's why I had mentioned just for that there on solar panel. But see, when you don't have no major Black entrepreneurs with technology to come out here, man, in this desert and build up some solar panels, man, you know what I'm saying, to power our own communities.
You can make your own. They got like those things I've been checking out where, you know, where they got the solar generators and they got great big solar panels that flip out and you plug it up to it if you need it. If you don't need it, to the wall.
I'm just saying over there, Dynamite, out here in the Wild Wild West, the sun is more intense out here, particularly in the summer months and the winter months, man, than it is back east.
So the solar would be great for you because you would be running off solar lights continually.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You see, so you would have that all through California, all through Nevada. Let's see, parts of Arizona as well too, because the only part that I know where it snows to a great deal in Arizona, man, will be up there at Flagstaff. See, that's 6,000 feet above sea level. The sea level of Flagstaff is higher than that of Denver, Colorado. Say, and because Denver is 5280, which is exactly 1 mile, thus in turn why they call it the Mile High City. You see what I mean?
Brother Joe said that cop story involves 2 women and a silencer. What? The plot thickens. Please come on and tell us more if you know. Well, let me play more of what they talking about. Hold on. Uh,
The developing situation. CBS News Philadelphia has a crew on the way to York County right now. We will continue to update.
they up there in the boondocks. You know, it had to be about a woman some kind of way.
Shot in York County just a few hours
About
ago.
2 women.
Okay, Chris, thank you for the.
The plot thickens. Oh my God.
And
Hey,
be advised that Trump is getting ready to sign some more executive orders. I'll keep you all posted on that.
on what's that? What's that say again?
Okay. The dumpster is getting ready to sign some more executive orders, so I'll keep you posted on that.
Right. Okay. And it says the community gathers to mourn 3 police officers.
Valerie Myers is live in Spring Grove tonight.
Yeah, man. See, y'all probably never been up there, but I tell you what, I rode all the way up there, all them cornfields and nothing up there. Ain't a damn thing up there, you know? So, but I tell you what, nothing up there but white folks with AR-15s.
Right. And then be advised you had another shooter down there in Dallas,
No, he said
Texas.
a silencer. What about a silencer? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Or give me some more info. What say, brother Shabaka?
Okay, silencers. Okay, silencers are illegal in all 50 states. Okay,
No,
alrighty.
not really. Suppressors, they're not illegal in some states. Like in open carry states, they're not illegal up here where I'm at. Let's see. I don't know if there's a difference between suppressor and a silencer. Now, I guess like if you got one of them STP cans and you putting it on there as a hillbilly silencer, that might be illegal. I don't know, but
okay.
100% legal. Yeah. Okay. Legal. That's what Brother Joe said. But definitely legal on the silencers. Now it depends. Now, if you got an illegal firearm in commerce of an illegal something, like you in the commission of a crime, then everything becomes illegal. Then the gun, the silencer, the daggone. I don't know. I know Boosie's son got caught with a gun. I think his got a silencer on it too, a silencer and a collar on it. I know he had like all the YNs like the switches on the guns now. So yeah. Legal. If you have a legal gun, is legal. But if you ain't got a legal gun, then yeah, then it's a whole different ballgame. Oh, now you were saying now the 13th Amendment, Shabaka, can't you, because the 13th Amendment is talking about being a slave. If you break the law and they put you in prison, then you're a slave.
Yeah. Okay, because I cut a bunch of people loose. That there's the one about doing punishment for a crime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Some Negroes that came up there with me, well, man, that's still slavery. I said, no, man, no. See, what Negroes get the misconception is that the brutalization was inflicted on us simply because we was of African descent. You were brought here to a land that was not yours, number one. Number two, they would pass these other laws to get black people back in slavery, such as vagrancy. Okay, you don't have no place to go. Okay, so you're a vagrant. Okay, so we're gonna put you in jail. Black people was the main target of that too. Then there's other dumbass law that they have about what was that there, the laughing law, that you couldn't laugh at white folks, that you couldn't laugh at white folks, so you have to stick your head in the laughing barrel. And you see white folks like drunk, stammering, falling down, looking stupid or whatever.
Y'all,
Being black,
if I
laugh at them, so you had to put your face
war
in a
against
barrel.
good and evil right now,
Uh,
and not war against good and evil right now. It ain't no Republicans, no Democrat, no black, no white, just good and evil. And they try to do this left and right stuff. Don't even work for me because I ain't been no part of the evil bird's wings. Oh, can I play this real quick? Little jam out of. They ain't said nothing about me playing this.
Victims speak for history made open to a
no,
billionaire's
they probably waiting to see how many hits you get,
Oh,
Dynamite.
no, it's all
Then,
no problem. It's a mix.
with a magic pen. Now your followers ask where you been. AI won't say what your mouth exposed. Even your clones got canceled shows. You built walls with the people clowns. You stole time, payback time. Point the chaos, spark the flame. Now America shit a different name. You can't pivot from the facts you fear. The past is here and it's crystal clear. No more slogans. No one buys the spin. You played the game. Now the house cashes in. You ain't alive, just a map.
Yeah, a little Eminem mix. I'm not sure if that's AI because that thing got it got Tupac in it. It got everybody in this joint. Matter of fact, speaking of Tupac, let's go right to it.
Pass by your grave. We lost so many souls for dumb shit. We done the fight. Got a brother like that for life. Fucking barely look your sign in the eyes. It's when I see him. I have to face the simple fact that you will never meet him. There's so much pain that we have to face. I know you been waiting for me yet to get with a bottle of OP. Surrounded by OGs and dims until the reach for keeping it low key, homie. Mama told me that we taste like this. Not yet a father, but hope that I can raise my kids to be a better man. I try to deal a better hand than nothing else, and I'm hoping you can understand. The times in this wicked thing that ever changing, but my block stays the same. You ain't alive, just a mask in a cage. Play God while the world flips the page. No throne, no sword, no loyal crowd. Just silence now.
Hope that ain't too loud.
Protest signs on a red, white, blue. No justice, blind, no what you do.
Man, I love freestyling on this joint right here. So, yeah.
And the joke's on you. For the line of being given them something.
I got some lyrics.
For slowly killing our minds.
So tight.
They get dismayed. I'm feeling hopeless, and he losing focus like a hornet. So I hope it's a rich man's world. Ain't no need to ask why. Slave away till we got at the picture and your pride. Just wanna live my life. Bring me from my birth, but call me home, and it is my time. Till then I'll be up, running through the strongest of problems with nobody that I can trust. And we all go through pain, but turning on his tears if the spotless one is keeping us sane. I cannot blame a nigga taking this revenge for the dead homie, but they're not going out and the line is gonna get loaded. When it began, let us touch the evil and finally bring peace to our evil. We don't lie, just a mask in a cage. Play God while the world flips the page. No throne, no sword, no loyal crowd. Just silence now. We want scream loud. Protest signs.
Yeah, I think I could write some revolutionary shit to this. Like go right from the one on the one. Say the real revolutionary will not be televised, about be prophesized. Real easy to get lost in the gangster shit, especially when they go on. I played that one already. Go back to something else. Hey, I got a lot of lyrics put on this one.
Fresh like gas and cash. You whip, I just got me another than red band. Sitting on the rooftop, smoking, getting high, while these other niggas barely getting by on the right side. You ain't alive, just a mask in a cage. Play God while the world flips the page. No throne, no sword, no loyal crowd. Just silence now where you once scream loud. Protest signs over red, white, blue. No justice, blind, know what you do. The idols crack.
Oh, I got one.
The myth is gone and the joke's on you.
So if I promise to clap back and never to look back, as a matter of fact, let's keep it a stack. No one had your back, but me and my click clacks took off the red dot. Now I'm using the red sights, triple tapping like a mug, ready to take flight. Hold my post in the alleys at midnight. Uh-oh, take my order from God, not man. Know what I'm saying? But that's all right, because we don't do nothing but busting in and fight. Having parties in the no invite. Oh man, that's a rock good joint. Uh-oh, check it out. Woke me in my sleep. Grandma and them weak, cause I promised my soul to keep. Whoa. So you reap and weep. For all those real homies tried to ring the bell when they wanted to sleep. The devils and calling it sweet. Ain't no doubt that Thomas led astray. Oh, no doubt and Thomas led astray. But now I promise for my people, it's a brand new day. All right. Yeah.
340 GS.
Wait a minute, hold on. How they slip one of theirs in? Y'all know how they be doing. Sorry about that. Had to get a little jamming in. Everybody still there? Where y'all at? Oh, Black Joe got to put him back on stage.
Nobody can control the Negro Baptist preacher. Even God sometimes can.
I hope this is even playing out to the public. We'll see. That's why I got to be very careful, Shabbat, on what we say, because they already took my last thing down. But I think that was only because a lot of MSNBC was on there.
And the U.S. Congress.
Right, yeah, so you got to be careful on that. And generally what I do,
The
cite the source of where it's coming from.
camera was up and everything. I actually clips, but this time I ain't play clips, so we should be all right. I don't think they mind when we do our own sound bite. When we do our own talking, they don't mind. But as soon as you use some of theirs, boy, they be on you. But let's check this out. Go to the Way Black machine real quick.
Only those Negroes who would get along with him. I like the way he thumbed his nose at white folks. And I tell you, that spoke to my heart. See, if you've had the black experience in America, it speak to you. He was saying things that we had not.
Adam play
to hear him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Work together. Yeah, unity. Work together, one common cause. Especially with stuff happening left and right, and nobody got to the bottom of it yet. And then when they point a finger, you already know they lying. It's like, man, they got more conspiracy theories than they just by them pointing the finger, because I'm like, you can't trust them. There ain't no trust in it. Not happening. Like all the loops and the holes in that assassination, and they call it assassination because they was the one priming it for a presidency that we didn't know nothing about.
Well, yeah, and then keep in mind, man, is that they
You cut off. You must have muted. Say again. Shabaka, you hit the mute button. Oh, he dropped off the line, Brother Joe. Just us on here. But yeah. Oh, there he coming back in. Wait a minute. Shabaka is generating. Hold on. It ain't in yet. It's still generating. I don't know what's happening with your old 80 degrees. You should be all right from 100 and hell to 80. You good. Yeah. Untouched. Whoa. Let's try them out. Okay, add you to the stage. All right, you back. You back, brother.
Okay, alrighty, and what it is, man. See, this is all part of the censorship, man. See, they got algorithms and high techs and programs and looking for keywords and all this old type of stuff. You see, artificial intelligence is dangerous. Not only is it wrong, but it is dangerous.
So, well, we got to be smart about it and say the keywords that keep us on top. That's all. Like, what are keywords that keep us on top? I can't think of none. How about you, Brother Joe?
Okay, because I'm trying to, I don't see Brother Joe in here with us, but I was trying to read some of his comments and
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
You come on the stage, brother. Feel free, come on the stage, while the water's fine. Especially if you see some loopholes in this stuff that we're not seeing, because I surely would like to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Like I said last time, I'm just here to learn.
Okay. What was it a love triangle going on with that police shooting? I'm trying to figure it out too. I'm just
definitely on the internet.
Oh yeah? What they saying on the internet?
Stay out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, white folks start killing police, and I would assume that the killer was white, but I can't confirm that. Now, can you confirm whether it was black or white? I just say white because the area, York, Pennsylvania, shit, that's all white. You find these black folks down there, they just working for the day. Rent a room in a white man's house. No, I'm just joking. Maybe that's a possibility, but you might not get it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, boy, you in the wrong area, don't you think? You lost?
Yeah, that's what they'll tell you.
You might have some room out there in the barn. Thank you for your hospitality. I'll be out in the barn. Wake me up in the morning with some breakfast. Shit. Blankets, I'll be in the barn. Hell, they've been called the police. There's a nigger in our barn. Like the old folks say, you can stay in the barn. And when this crazy mother jumper get home, the one that shot the police, that's the one you got to worry about when he get home and he don't know nothing about the arrangements that you made with the old folks. All he knows is that there's nigger in their barn.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to say nothing else to him. It's hunting season. It's on. And no reason to talk about it. It's time to get the rifle and chitty chitty bang bang. Yeah. They look for an excuse to kill a black man. Hell yeah. What?
Well, you see, it's open season on black folks ever since that we was brought here. You see what I'm saying? And that's what your Casual Killing Act was about. What's that there? 1620 or something like that, man. You know what I mean? When them white folks first came here, and they're saying, the Casual Killing Act, with the slave being property, so you can go ahead and kill your slave. It's not regarded as human anyway. So they regard him as property. You see? So, and
Yeah.
then just like
You cut off again. I wonder if he dropped off again. Nope. You must have hit the mute button. But while you waiting on Shabaka, unmute or whatever. Y'all know we got 475 people detained in Georgia at a Hyundai plant and the Hyundai raid. And this time, it wasn't who you think, because you know they like running down on the Hispanics. But this time they ran down on the, well, let's let it play.
On your video filmed inside the plant shows armed Homeland Security agents executing a search warrant Thursday.
We need construction to cease immediately. We need all work to end on the site right now.
Officers can be seen outside, rounding up hundreds of workers in yellow vests. Nearly 500 people were arrested. The majority were South Korean nationals. U.S. officials said all had either entered the country illegally, overstayed their visas, or were not authorized to work. Stephen Trey.
South Korean. This time, South Korean. And they had a construction site going, and they said, halt your work right now. We don't give a damn what y'all doing. Halt your work right now. The only person that left out of there was the guy with the vehicle. He was the only one with a work visa or something. Man, and them the Koreans. They thought they was getting out scot-free. He said, no. Say, why y'all just sitting around here relaxed in a mug? 475. That's a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, damn. It don't even, man, what y'all think? I don't think Shabaka can come on. Shabaka having some kind of vocal difficulties. What does it say in the chat? Let's see. So anyway, like to get more on that story. Well, we will get more on that story and come back to it. But in the meantime, let's play what we got.
Is the special agent in charge.
Together, we are sending a clear and unequivocal message that those who exploit our workforce, undermine our economy, and violate federal laws will be held accountable.
The massive $7.6 billion battery plant, a joint venture between South Korean companies LG and Hyundai, covers nearly 3,000 acres and is the largest economic project in Georgia's history.
On behalf of all.
And y'all do know.
So we want to
Trump's going for the
sell
death
the
penalty.
buildings off, let somebody else get rich with the real estate because it'll be a crime-free city.
Trump is going for the death penalty. Let's not forget.
Anybody murders something in the Capitol.
Something.
Capital punishment. Capital punishment. If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty.
There you go. If somebody kills somebody in Washington, D.C.,
next week we'll mark
they will be going for the death penalty. And that goes for anybody. Now earlier, he had said about if you're illegal, because I remember what he said kind of verbatim. Say if you was an illegal alien immigrant and you kill some an American citizen or law enforcement, then you get the death penalty. So the guy that killed the 19-year-old black girl, Dakara Thompson, and he's an illegal alien, they should not deport him. They should be giving him the death penalty. That's all I got to say about it. You know?
And the millions watching around the world.
Bring it in the way we brought it out. Brought it out the way we brought it in. For the Black Revolutionary hotline. Yeah. Any comments for a rock up out of this joint? Oh yeah, let's play a little bit more of
Are the warmest gloves that I have ever.
Crystal Muhammad on the subject of Trey Reed. Let's see. Whether or not he was assassinated, or because it could have been an assassination to make it look like, okay, well, they got one white dude that was homeless, and they lynched him. They found him hanging, and then I remember seeing a picture of a light-skinned black dude with a big afro. Supposedly found him hanging, and Trey Reed, all at the same time period. You know, matter of fact, they found the white dude and Trey Reed is on the same day, both in Mississippi. So my theory is they put Trey Reed up there, like you know how they like to. It's almost tribal, you know. Yeah, it's tribal, damn near. But they want to make it tribal. But it'd be like putting the enemy's head on a stick outside the tent. That's exactly what it boils down to in that case, you know. And they think that justice won't come back to them, but it will. You know what I mean? It has to. Justice always got to come back around. You know what I mean? So let's play a piece of this, and I'm sure they won't mind because it don't belong to MSNBC. Plus, we're not playing the video.
1856. While America celebrated freedom with fireworks and speeches, a different scene unfolded on a Georgia plantation. Beneath an ancient oak tree, a man in rags tightened a rope with calloused hands. His name was Joseph Carter, a slave who had no freedom to celebrate. In the silence of midnight, he turned the nation's proudest holiday into a trial of blood. The overseer who once cracked the whip now gasped for air under the same sky that proclaimed liberty. On Independence Day, freedom spoke not through words, but through the noose of a man who had none. Joseph Carter was born in chains. His first cries rose not in a cradle, but in a wooden shack where air smelled of sweat, ash, and sorrow. His mother sang lullabies to drown the crack of the overseer's whip, but even her voice carried a tremor of fear. Childhood, for Joseph, was measured not in toys or lessons, but in calluses on tiny hands and the ache of hunger in an empty stomach. The plantation was a divided world. The big house glowed with chandeliers, silver cutlery, and silk gowns. Just beyond, the slave quarters sagged under leaking roofs, dirt floors, and hunger. The contrast shaped Joseph's vision. He learned early that silence kept you alive, that to watch without speaking was safer than to dream out loud. Yet there were fragments of beauty. At dusk, when work ended, his mother traced stars with her finger and whispered stories of ancestors stolen from far lands. The old oak tree on the edge of the fields became his secret companion. Its branches stretched wide like open arms, a cathedral without walls. Beneath it, Joseph felt a fleeting freedom, a breath of air not owned by masters. He grew, tall and strong, but inwardly quiet. He learned the rhythm of tools, the crack of an axe against wood, the pull of a rope, the grind of stone. Each sound became part of his memory, part of a skill that would one day serve another purpose. Others laughed or sang, but Joseph observed. His eyes held storms that words could not name. To be a slave was to be invisible, and yet, beneath that invisibility, Joseph was storing something powerful. Every bruise became a lesson, every humiliation a memory etched deep. Every night beneath the oak, he whispered the same silent vow. One day, something would break. One day, silence would turn to fire. Hope arrived quietly, like spring rain. Her name was Elsie, a fellow slave. Her laughter was rare but radiant, and for Joseph it was enough to pierce the gloom. In stolen moments, a glance across the fields, a whispered word while carrying buckets, they built a fragile dream. They spoke of freedom, of saving coins, of a life beyond fences. For the first time, Joseph believed waiting might be worth it. Then came the overseer. Asa Whitlock, with his false piety and iron hand, saw Elsie not as a human, but as possession. One night, her cries pierced the quarters. By morning, she was gone, sold south, traded like livestock. No goodbye, no promise kept, only absence, heavy as death. The dream collapsed. Joseph searched the oak tree for comfort, but its shade felt colder than before. He remembered Elsie's voice, how she once said, "Patience, Joseph. Freedom will come." But freedom never came. Instead came betrayal, violence, and the brutal lesson that waiting meant losing everything. His heart changed shape. Where hope once lived, fury began to grow. The rope he used daily for hauling logs now looked like a weapon. The axe he swung to split wood became an extension of his will. Even silence, once his shield, sharpened into a blade of intent. Joseph realized something with terrible clarity. No man would hand him freedom. No master would grant it. If freedom was to exist, it would be carved with his own hands, claimed with his own blood. From that night forward, every step carried a hidden fire. He did his tasks, he bowed his head, he obeyed the shouts. But beneath the mask of submission, a vow burned. Asa Whitlock would pay. Those who profited from pain would answer. And when that day came, it would not be whispered. It would be thunder under the oak tree. Preparation began not with shouts, but with silence. Joseph watched. He studied the overseer's footsteps, the rhythm of his patrol, the way Asa Whitlock paused before meals and where he kept his keys. He noticed the drunkard's stumble, the younger master's late-night wanderings, the small cracks in their fortress of power. Knowledge became his weapon. Every task was a rehearsal. Splitting logs hardened his grip. Tying bundles of rope sharpened his sense of knots. Sharpening tools at the grindstone taught him patience, the slow birth of an edge capable of cutting more than wood. Each act of labor, imposed by others, became practice for the day he would impose his own justice. The oak tree stood as his confidant. By day, it was shade from the burning Sunday. By night, it was the silent witness of his vow. He tested ropes there, feeling their tension, listening to the fibers strain. The wind through the branches whispered possibilities. The tree, older than masters and slaves alike, seemed to lean toward him as if waiting for the moment when its limbs would serve a different kind of harvest. Joseph said nothing. To speak was danger, so he moved with masks, obedient eyes, bowed head, steady hands. Yet under that mask lived a pulse that refused to slow. His heart drummed with a rhythm no overseer could hear. Others sensed a change. Some whispered that Joseph carried storms in his silence. Children avoided his gaze. The old prayed for him in secret, afraid of what fire might come, but no one spoke aloud. In the quarters, silence was survival. And so Joseph prepared not with plans written on paper, but with breath, muscle, and memory. Each day fed the hunger. Each night deepened the oath. The overseer believed control was eternal. Joseph knew eternity could end with one rope, one moment, one strike in the dark. Asa Whitlock wore cruelty like a second skin. By day, he quoted scripture, pretending to be a man of order. By night, he prowled the quarters, taking what he wanted. His hands carried both the Bible and the whip, each tool twisted into an instrument of fear. To the masters, he was loyal. To the slaves, he was terror itself. He was not alone. A young master, barely a man, but already swollen with arrogance, haunted the fields with lustful eyes. He treated enslaved women as if they were offerings for his boredom. Behind him trailed laughter, the kind that left scars deeper than lashes. And then there was the drunken overseer, a brute with more rage than thought. His whip cracked not to enforce labor, but to remind bodies they belonged to him. He struck whether the row was straight or crooked, whether the bucket was full or half empty. Drink fueled his arm, but cruelty fueled his grin. Together, these men formed a trinity of oppression, greed, violence, hypocrisy. They built a wall around Joseph's life, one stone of humiliation at a time. Every order barked, every lash delivered, every night of stolen dignity, all of it pressed like a weight on his chest. The oak tree saw it all. It watched as Asa struck an old man too weak to lift cotton. It heard the cries of women dragged in the dark. It stood through nights when the overseer's lantern flickered across the shacks like a predator's eye. For Joseph, Each act of cruelty was no longer just pain. It was evidence, a list etched into his bones. He named them silently under his breath. Asa, the false saint. The young master, the predator. The drunk, the beast. Their sins were heavy, and he would become their reckoning. They thought themselves untouchable. They believed law and whip would guard them. But power, Joseph knew, was a mask, and masks can be torn away. The oak tree waited. Joseph waited with it. The day was coming when the overseer's scripture, the master's lust, and the drunkard's whip would meet the same fate judgment beneath the branches of the tree that had watched in silence too long. The night was heavy. Heat lingered in the air, thick and breathless. Crickets fell. He was wrong. The attack came swift. No warning, no speech. The axe fell, not upon flesh described in gore, but in a rhythm, wood splintering, rope snapping, silence tearing. In the dark, the overseer's grunt became a broken note, swallowed by the night. Joseph stood still afterward, heart pounding, breath ragged. His hands trembled, not with regret, but with the raw weight of what had begun. The first strike was always the hardest. The path forward had no return. Blood was not painted in detail. Instead, it lived in symbols, a dark stain spreading across the dirt like ink on an unpaid ledger. A man reduced not to screams, but to silence. The overseer who had cracked the whip now lay as motionless as the cotton he once demanded. Joseph whispered a name, the first on his list, the beginning of his judgment. Then he walked back beneath the oak, rope brushing his leg. The tree seemed to bow its branches lower, as if recognizing what had started. This was not murder, he told himself. This was a trial. The first verdict had been delivered. After the first strike, fear turned to momentum. Joseph no longer hesitated. Each step was ritual, each act a continuation of the vow he had carried for years. The plantation became a stage, the night his curtain, the oak tree his altar. The second man fell soon after, the young master, arrogant, careless, blinded by lust. Joseph cornered him not with screams, but with silence. He spoke the man's name aloud before tightening the rope. One word, sharp and heavy, echoing through the dark like a sentence pronounced in court. The boy's laughter died in his throat, choked by the weight of justice he never believed could touch him. Then came the third, Asa Whitlock's ally, another brute who fed on violence. His whip cracked even as Joseph approached, but this time, the whip met rope. The struggle was brief, brutal, and final. Joseph's arms burned, his chest heaved, but his will did not falter. Again, he whispered the name. Again, the night received it like scripture rewritten in blood. Each act was faster than the last, not sloppy, but relentless. Joseph transformed vengeance into ceremony. He was no longer simply striking down enemies, he was enacting a judgment. The oak tree became more than wood and leaves. It was the gallows of retribution. The witnesses were shadows, stars, and silence. The slaves in their quarters woke to whispers, muffled sounds carried by the wind. Some prayed, some wept, others dared to smile through their terror. For once, it was not their kin dragged into darkness. For once, fear changed direction. Joseph's body moved like a machine, honed by years of toil, but his eyes burned with something unearthly. He was no longer the boy who watched in silence. He was the executioner in rags, binding cruelty to its end, one rope at a time. By dawn, the trinity of oppression had been broken, but one name remained: Asa Whitlock, the false saint, the man who had taken Elsie, stolen Joseph's hope, and carved pain into his soul. The oak tree creaked in the night wind, its branches stretched wide, waiting. The stage was set for the final confrontation. The night was still. Joseph stood beneath the oak tree, rope in hand. His body ached from struggle, but his eyes burned steady. The air smelled of pine, sweat, and smoke from distant torches. It was the hour he had carried in his chest for years. Asa Whitlock appeared like a shadow breaking from the dark. He was not drunk. He was not unguarded. He came with the confidence of a man who believed himself immortal. Bible tucked under one arm, pistol at his hip, A sneer fixed across his lips. "So it was you," Asa said. His voice was calm, too calm, like a man lecturing a child. "You think you can judge me? You think you are more than what chains have made you?" Joseph did not answer. Words had no power anymore. Only the rope spoke for him. He uncoiled it slowly, the fibers whispering against the ground. The insects were silent. Even the wind seemed to stop. The oak tree stretched its limbs, a silent witness, as though bending closer to see. Asa drew his pistol, raising it high. His hand did not tremble. He was the master here. The law, the whip, the word of God all claimed to be his. "Kneel," he ordered. Joseph stepped forward. No bow, no plea, just steps, each one firm, each one echoing in the dirt like a drumbeat. The two men met in the clearing of moonlight, slave and overseer, victim and tyrant, judge and condemned. The pistol fired. The sound split the night, but the shot missed, grazing only bark. Joseph lunged. His hands, hardened by years of labor, closed around Asa's wrist. The pistol clattered to the ground. The two bodies collided, crashing like storm waves. Struggle, breath against breath, fists against flesh, Joseph's strength against Asa's fury. The rope found its way, coiling, circling, tightening. Asa cursed, spit, thrashed. But Joseph's arms did not falter. His silence was heavier than any shout. When the rope tightened fully, Asa's eyes widened. For the first time, the overseer looked afraid. The scripture he carried, the law he preached, none of it could save him. Under the branches of the oak, judgment had come. Joseph whispered a name, not Asa's, but Elsie's. It was her ghost that guided his hands, her absence that had carved this moment into existence. The overseer's body jerked, then slowed. The rope groaned. The oak tree creaked. Justice, crude and raw, was complete. For the first time in his life, Joseph Carter was not silent. He looked up at the stars and let out a sound, not a laugh, not a sob, but something in between, a release, sharp and broken. Dawn revealed what the night had hidden. The plantation woke to chaos. Bodies hung limp from branches, swaying like broken fruit. The air was thick with murmurs, cries, the rustle of frightened footsteps. The masters shouted, the slaves whispered. The oak tree stood heavy with its burden, a monument carved not of stone, but of flesh and rope. Joseph was found at its base, rope still in his hands. His face was calm, his eyes distant, as though fixed on something far beyond the plantation. He did not run. He did not beg. He waited. They dragged him to the county jail. Chains clinked against his wrists, heavier than any he had worn before. Crowds gathered, eager to see the man who had shattered order. Some spat, some stared. A few lowered their eyes, unwilling to look directly at the defiance in his face. The trial was swift. It was no trial at all. The verdict was known before the judge opened his mouth. Guilty, condemned, death by hanging. The irony was cruel. The executioner in rags would himself be executed by rope. Through it all, Joseph remained silent. His silence unnerved them more than screams would have. He refused to curse. He refused to plead. He refused to give them the satisfaction of fear. On the morning of his execution, they led him to the gallows. The crowd was restless. Children perched on shoulders. Women clutched shawls. Men muttered about justice, about order, about punishment. Joseph looked beyond them all. His gaze was steady, almost serene. The noose dangled above. The hangman adjusted the knot. The rope creaked. Joseph's hands did not shake. When asked for last words, he finally spoke. His voice was quiet, but it carried. Justice hangs higher than kings. The trapdoor fell. The rope snapped taut. Joseph's body swung in the morning light, framed by the sky he had once stared at as a boy under the oak. The crowd gasped, then fell into silence. For a moment, it seemed as if even the wind paused. What hung there was not merely a man, but a question, a shadow across the nation's celebration of freedom. The overseers were gone. The oak tree still stood. And Joseph Carter, the slave who became the executioner in rags, was gone too, but not forgotten. His death was a punishment. His silence, however, was a message. The oak tree remained. Its branches still reached toward the sky, but now they carried a memory that could not be erased. 3 overseers and a young master had fallen beneath its shadow. Asa Whitlock had swung from its limbs, gasping his last where he once commanded obedience. For days, the sight haunted the plantation. The masters moved quickly. They spoke of rebellion, of chaos, of punishment. They turned Joseph's act into a warning. This is what happens when order is broken. The gallows in town became their theater of control. His body hung, not to honor justice, but to remind others of fear. Yet fear did not spread the way they hoped. In the slave quarters, silence turned into whispers, whispers into stories, stories into embers. Men and women who had bowed their heads now lifted their eyes, if only for a second. For once, they had seen a man who struck back. The slaves did not cheer openly. They could not. But at night, when the fields lay empty and the air carried only the sound of insects, some knelt under the oak tree and traced Joseph's name into the dirt. Others whispered Elsie's name, as if to remember not just vengeance, but love stolen too soon. The overseers were replaced. New whips cracked. New masters preached order. But shadows lingered. Every time a rope was coiled, the story of Joseph Carter flickered in memory. Every time a hymn rose at dusk, his name drifted between verses. For the masters, it was a tragedy. For the slaves, it was a prophecy. Joseph's death proved two truths at once, that resistance demanded a terrible price, and that resistance was possible. Children grew hearing fragments of the tale. The man in rags, they called him. Some feared the story, others held it like a shield. Either way, it lived. The oak tree did not forget, and neither did those who walked beneath its branches. Time moved on. Years turned into decades. The Civil War came, and slavery was broken by blood on battlefields. New laws were written, new chains removed, but old wounds remained. The story of Joseph Carter was never carved into stone or printed in textbooks, yet it survived. It lived in whispers, in songs hummed at night, in sermons where preachers spoke of justice, though they never said his name. Among the descendants of slaves, his memory was not history, but fire. They passed it down as a caution, as a prayer, as a reminder that even the silent can roar. Joseph Carter never wore a crown. He never stood in a court of law. He never tasted freedom in the way others would decades later. But his act, born in silence, executed in fury, became more than revenge. It became a symbol. Symbols are dangerous. They move across time. They outlive bodies. The masters tried to bury him with chains, with gallows, with silence. But silence is not absence. Silence is memory held close. Generations later, the oak tree still stood, weathered, scarred, but rooted. Travelers who passed sometimes felt a chill beneath its limbs, as if hearing the echo of rope creaking in the wind. The tree carried two truths, that it once bore injustice and that it once bore judgment. Reflection lingers here. What is justice? Is it written by courts or carved by hands calloused from chains? Is it the voice of kings or the silence of a man who refused to kneel? Joseph Carter died in rags, but rags can clothe dignity. He died as a slave, yet in his last act, he was freer than those who owned him. His story asks us to look closer at the contradiction of freedom celebrated by some while denied to others, at the cost of silence, at the power of a single voice, even when it speaks only through rope and shadow. The executioner in rags has long gone to dust, but his question remains, and it hangs higher than kings.
Hey, brother. Just about to get out of here, too. I just
To a trial of blood. The overseer who once cracked the whip
played the about Joseph Carter. Yep. Something to keep them in mind that all slaves wasn't giving up. Some of them was rebelling back. And we are the answer. We are the descendants of those that fought back, obviously. We're not the descendants of those that ran. So I would just say, keep your dukes up. And like Shabaka say, protect yourself at all times. You know what I mean? We got rain hitting the area too, for sure. So yeah, be prepared for that too. Natural disasters. Seems like we get prepared for mankind to swoop down and try something. But we don't get prepared for God to make it rain all week. They calling for rain all week. We got to have umbrellas, raincoats, rain gear of all kinds, rain boots. Matter of fact, I got some big old rain boots, the kind you put your regular boots down inside of, you know? Yep. And strap up on the side. It might be time to bring them bad boys out. In fact, I'm looking for a canopy you can put over a bike. Yeah, good luck on that, right? So yeah, I'm gonna play one more song and I'm out of here. Thanks, Black Joe, for coming on in here with me, brother. Black Powerful, power to the people, power to the tribe. Oh, no one to leave out Sister Kava Ankh. And of course, Shabaka from Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. He trying to give it to y'all all the way live. That's why you don't want to come half-stepping, but I know how to make that little half-stepping studio work too. Because especially if we're going to stay on topics, then we can stay on topics without having any, theatrics involved at all. But I will say it's good to have them if you got them.
I am a black revolutionary. Say it like it means. On one. I am a black revolutionary. On the two, y'all. 1, 2. I am a black revolutionary.
Come on.
The original Earth Sky Band. The original Breakfast Abandoned. Greatest band of all time. Black Powerful. Beatmaster Tyrone on the drums off the muscle. Ron Rainbow Soldier on the lead. Fried Funk on bass. Yours truly, the Nomad. And my people take another step black. Take another step black. Don't give me that old slavery crap. I ain't having that. No thank you, Mr. Charlie, to eat that political party. And take another step black. Yeah. I don't think you hear me. Harry Tubman line, runaway slave express, black flag flying. Say a nation in distress. Take another step black. Ow!
We came here to talk to you, tell y'all people just what to do. We had to pull together. The rain, snow, stormy weather. Hurry, hurry, let's all get down. If you wanna still be around, get down. We came here to talk to you, tell y'all people just what to do. We have got to pull together. together. Rain, snow, stormy weather. Double the black. Hurry, hurry, let's all get down. We want you to still be around. We came here to talk to you, tell y'all people just what to do. Let me say, hey, yeah. And let me say, hey. Take another step black. And my feet say, take another step black. We have got to pull together. Take another step black. Another step black. Hurry, hurry, let's get down. We wanna still be around. Take another step black. Hey, take another step black. Yeah, we have got to pull together. Take another step, rain, snow, stormy weather. Take another step, we have to pull together. Take another step, rain, snow, stormy weather.
So yeah, y'all say it louder. Black power. Black powerful. All power to the people. And thanks for everybody that came in and those that do come in whenever you can. So this is an early edition of the Black Ophanum Lion TV, the Black Revolutionary Hotline, and we out of here. Thank you.